This is the new Hyundai Ioniq 5 and it's a little bit like US Open tennis champion Emma Raducanu because it's won a Grand Slam smash of a car. It's also very clever and good looking. That's actually not my personal opinion. I'm a middle-aged dad. I have no opinion on that. It's the view of one of my members of the team who's much younger. New balls, please. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to tell you all about this car, talk you through the exterior design, the interior design. I'm going to test out some of its technology, take it for a drive, and of course, I'm going to launch it, see how quick it is from 0 to 60 miles an hour. I'm Matt Watson, and you're watching Car Wow. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I've got another video coming up with this car in the future, which is a little bit different, and you won't want to miss it. Let's start this video by talking about the design of the Ioniq 5, and I'm going to use some classic car designer cliches. So the rear, it's fascinating. Love this light bar and the light graphics. The side is emotive, especially the wheels. They look like they've been drawn using that Spirograph toy you had as a kid. This is what Spirograph is, in case you don't know. The front it's inspiring. Actually, I should stop mocking. I love the look of this car. This is how I hoped cars would look in the future when I thought about them when I was a kid. Sort of like got a stormtrooper thing going on as well at the front. I love the lights, the light design, and you get this light bar here. You can't really see it so well in the daylight, but you can see these little strips at night. They look great. Do you know what? I think Tesla could learn a thing or two about car design from Hyundai. Here on the inside, the Ioniq 5 is a nice place to be. Question is it worth the asking price? So here on Car Wow it says that it starts from £37,000. Anyhow, does it feel worth the money? Well, quality is pretty good in here. The design is cool as well. It's fairly minimal. It feels just as futuristic as the outside. I like it. I like it a lot. I also like the fact that you actually have some buttons here which are quick to get to your climate controls. However, annoyingly, they're touch sensitive buttons, so they may as well be on the screen like in some other cars. At least you have some shortcut buttons here for the infotainment system. Speaking of which, you get these two nice big screens. The system's fairly easy to use and to swipe through. It's nice and bright as well. And of course, you've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto if you'd rather run that. Now moving on to the Ioniq 5's digital driver's display. So it's fairly nice, easy to use. It's clear and there's lots of different menus, and it'll also change the color and the look of it depending on which driving mode you're in. It's got all the information you need. I like that. I also like the driving position and the steering wheel design. It's good. It's a bit odd that they don't have a Hyundai badge here. Instead, there are 4 dots. Is that their new logo? I don't think so. But there is a lot of adjustment in the seating position. So if you're big or small, you should be able to get comfy. When you're driving, what about if you've got lots of stuff? Don't worry, there's so much storage in here. This is a built from the ground up electric car. So there's not all the stuff like prop shafts to send power to the rear wheels or exhaust or stuff. There's loads of space. I can slide my feet through there and like pick my front passenger. Don't know why I do that. But you do get all this extra storage here. Look at that. So you can fit your bag under here if you want to. Got more storage under there. Big cup holders, perfect for cups of coffee. There's some more storage down there. Also, door bins, they are big. Look, they can take a big bottle. And you should check out the glove box, or should I say glove drawer. Look, it's a huge drawer. Massive. That's good. Connectivity is pretty good as well. So you've got USB down there, got 12-volt charger there if you're old-fashioned. Actually, I don't know why they've got that. Then you've got 2 USBs there as well, and of course a wireless charging mat on this particular car. Impressive. 2 last things to show you. I love the fact this car has a huge vanity mirror, which is perfect if you're very vain like me. Also, I like the way they put the plus and the minus on the accelerator and brake pedal. Plus to accelerate and minus to decelerate. Obvs. Here in the back of the Ioniq 5, there is loads of space. Loads of headroom, loads of knee room. However, there are 2 slight problems. One is the fact that because you've got the batteries underneath the floor, the distance between the floor and the top of the seat isn't actually all that much, so you do feel like you're squatting a little bit. Another issue, the ISOFIX anchor points. So it's dead easy to get a baby seat in through the wide door opening, but then you're stabbing away trying to find the anchor points of the ISOFIX system. Obviously, once you've done that, you're probably not going to have to do it again for a long time. And there is loads of room back here to even accommodate one of those big, bulky, rear-facing child seats. So that's good. Another thing that's good is that you've got some storage nets there, got some more storage there, 2 USBs. There's a flat floor, once again, because of the fact it's an EV. So the middle seat is usable. You've also got big door bins, large rear window, so you get a good view out. Quality back here is the same as in the front, which is nice. And look, you do have an armrest, though. It is a shame that you got the cup holders there, so you end up putting your arms in them. Oh, look at this as well. Look, you can recline the seats and you can slide them forward if you want to create more boot space. Speaking of which, the boot capacity on the Ioniq 5 is 527 litres. Still, this boot is a nice square shape and there's not much of a load lip, so you can easily slide things in and out. Do you like my little Hyundai shopping bag? Other features, bit of can't get it up.
That's what she said.
Underfloor storage there where you can hide your cables away, that is handy. And look, we have the load cover there to hide things away at a site, but it's, I'll tell you what, it's a little bit annoying. You know what's going to happen now? It's getting thrown. And that brings on to 5 annoying things about the Ioniq 5. The front boot on this car, the Fruit, is normally 57 litres in capacity if you have the rear drive only version, but if you have the four-wheel drive version, it shrinks to 24 litres. It really is a tiny little Fruit. Oh. Well, the interior design of this car is cool. There is one bit I don't like, and it's the drive selector. I mean, the location is all wrong. It feels cheap, and looking at it, it sort of reminds me of the kind of thing that a married couple that's trying to revive their love life might purchase from a specialist adult store. I wonder if it vibrates. Well, these door handles look cool. The way you actually open the door is a bit odd because you pull on this bit. It's not as good as just grabbing a handle normally. Sort of reminds me of when you have one of those slightly embarrassing handshake when the other person doesn't grab your hand properly and instead just ends up shaking your fingers. Weird. Considering this is such a high-tech modern car, why have we got old-fashioned USBs and no new USB-Cs? Can you explain that to me, please, somebody? The location of the rear view camera is quite low down, so it gets covered in road grime. And annoyingly, there is no special washer like you got on some other cars to clean it off, so you end up with a view like that. But that brings on to 5 good things about this car. Honest. The surround view camera system on this car is absolutely glorious, very high definition. I like the way you can zoom in and out on the bird's eye view, and you have this 3D effect as well. Look at that, lovely jubbly, look all around the car. Do you know what, that reminds me of the system you get on an Audi and a BMW. Yeah. You can put the front seats into a nap mode for when you're charging the car, so you can have a little bit of a sleep. Press a button and they'll start moving into position so that you can recline and catch 40 winks while your car is charging. Actually, this reminds me of going to the dentist. Is someone going to start drilling my teeth now? It's quite cool though. Also like this, look, you can slide this centre console forward, so it makes it easier for you to pile across if you've parked in a really tight space and can't get out the driver's door. Look, see, I can come across, get ya. Oh. What a load of rubbish. Swap out. You can get the car with a really nice heads-up display, and it actually uses augmented reality to show the actual directions that you need to take on the road in front of you. We should be showing you clips of that on B-roll now. If you don't have that, we're probably showing you some random clips from our TikTok channel, which you can follow by clicking on the link in the description for some weird stuff that we do, weirder than these videos. You can actually drive this car remotely using the key fob. You can make it go in and out of tight parking spaces, it's really handy, or you can just drive it along randomly just to freak people out. There is no one in it, absolutely no one in it. Weird. Will it run me over? Shit. Nah, so it wouldn't. You can run household appliances off this car's battery. I've got a 3-pin socket down there. And I want coffee because today's been tough. Whack that in there, whack that in there, and I should be able to make a lovely espresso in my half-pint glass. Come on. Yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah. Bear with me. Now, can you do this in your car? No, you can't. Even if your car has a 3-pin socket, you can't do it unless you've got an Ioniq 5 or maybe a Kia EV6. That'll do. That'll do. Right. That's hot. Ow! Are you ready for a stats overload? Because I'm going to run you through all the different motor, battery and charging options on the Ioniq 5. So you can get 3 different flavours of it. You can get a single motor rear drive version with a 58 kilowatt hour battery that has 170 horsepower, or you can get that single motor version but with a bigger 73 kilowatt hour battery, and that has 217 horsepower. Or you can get a version with a motor at the back and at the front, a dual motor version with 4-wheel drive, and that has 305 horsepower, and that also gets the larger 73 kilowatt hour battery as standard. As for the range, well, it varies between about 240 and 300 miles depending on which version you go for, but regardless of which Ioniq 5 you go for, they all come with 220 kilowatt fast charging capability, which means you can charge them from about 10% to 80% full in just 20 minutes. Okay, let's take the Ioniq 5 for a drive and let's see what it's like first of all in town. You have a slightly elevated driving position, which does help for visibility. In fact, visibility is good in this car. Big windscreen, the dash isn't too high, there's a good view out the back, big door mirrors. Whoop. That's the safety systems. Thought I was going to crash into that car, though I was fully aware of it, but it's better to be warned than to have an accident, surely. As for the suspension, well, I'm just going to go for some potholes and manhole covers. There's a little bit of suspension noise and a little bit of a thud every now and again, but actually it's pretty blooming comfy, you know. It's good over the bumps. It's a relaxing car. Then there's a turning circle, so I'm going to do UE here. A little U-turn, because I don't want to go this way anymore. I'm bored of it. Oh yeah, look at that. Good turning circle. And I'm getting a long look from the man in the van, and I don't think he's looking at me because I'm just beautiful. He was staring at this car because it is quite striking. Steering's nice and light then, that's good. Oh yeah, this is a good car for in town, really, really good. Oh, gotta tell you, regen mode for the braking. Look, I can control the amount of braking effect that you get when you lift off the accelerator using these pedals here. They are not gear selectors. I have a car behind me now and I'm going to slow down and annoy it. Pretend that I'm stopping to receive a phone call, but I'm not going to answer it because I'm in a car. I'm causing chaos, look. Chaos. That was me illustrating. Shut up, phone. Okay, note to self, whenever I'm filming I should put my phone on silent. Shut up! Shut up, I can't touch you because it's illegal. Shut up! Another note to self, make sure that you connect your phone to a car before you go driving so that you can actually cancel a call if someone's ringing you and interrupting your piece to camera. Anyway, one pedal braking really works, slows the car nicely, and I like the fact you've got quite a lot of choice in between just it cruising and it braking. It's great. Look, I'm going to do it again though. So here I come to a junction. I want to turn. I've lifted off the accelerator. I'm not touching the brake. I'm slowing down more than I planned to. Sorry mate, testing cars. Okay, I have a learner driver ahead. They're doing 34 miles an hour in a 50. So I'm going to overtake them and you'll see the performance this car gives you for overtaking. Yes, plenty. That's all good. Now we're going a bit quicker. Let's see what this car actually handles like. So I'm going to put it into sports mode. Yes, sport. Now I notice the throttle response is a lot quicker. Steering has a bit more weight. Doesn't do anything to the suspension. But that's interesting. When you throw this thing into a corner, it does bob a little bit. It doesn't have the same level of composure around the corners as its sister car, the Kia EV6. And if you want to see my full in-depth video review of that car, click on the pop-out banner up there or follow the link in the video. The Kia is slightly more sporty to drive, so if that's your bag, get the Kia. Though this thing, it's not terrible. It's fine. It grips the road well enough. It doesn't lean too much in the bends. It just doesn't feel quite as sharp or as dirty. And let's try out the Ioniq on the motorway. So I'm going to put the car into eco mode, try and save energy, though actually I'm not sure I like driving in eco mode because the throttle pedal is just so unresponsive now. So if I need to overtake someone, I absolutely have to completely floor it, and it doesn't seem to be quite as quick. Let's go back to normal. Oh, that's better. Phew, loads better. I'm going to engage my automated cruise control with lane keeping assist. Don't know why I'm doing that voice, I just am. And let the car do all the hard work. I just got to keep my hands on the steering wheel to keep it nice and legal. So when you're cruising along in this car, you notice a bit of wind noise, a bit of tyre noise, but it's not bad at all. It's reasonably quiet. And the cruise control system's very good at keeping you hooked to the centre of the lane. I like that. What I'm not so sure about though are the seats. I'm not sure whether it's just my body, but they're not quite as comfy as I like. You know, if you do a long distance in these, it can be a bit tiring. I think if you're going to buy this car, you should definitely test drive it and see if the seats suit you. They're good for lying flat and having a nap on, but not so good at sitting in this position for long periods of time, I don't think. This dual motor version of the Ioniq 5 should do 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds, but what is the reality? We're going to find out now with the specialist timing gear. I'm going to launch it. Let's go. Pick up strong. Instant, easy, smooth, and quicker than they say. 4.79 seconds. Now I'm going to do a brake test from 60 miles an hour. Here we go, full emergency stop. Now. Up. Felt pretty strong. What was the distance? Ooh, 33 meters. So then, what's my final verdict on the Hyundai Ioniq 5? Should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? Well, I reckon you should just go right ahead and buy the Hyundai Ioniq 5. It really is a fabulous and great looking electric car.